Good morning, you guys, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps keep the video in the algorithm. So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those wonderful things. You guys, I know I have been out of commission for a while, but this is finals week. Like I was going to come on last night and I decided my history teacher released the final. Okay. Um, Whereas I thought it was going to be a multiple question test, like a 50 questions, but she did the exact same thing. It was two 500-word essays. Essay one 500 words, essay two 500 words, and a 50 fill in the blank test after that because you have to do the essays and it had to come from the word bank, child. And I don't know what I made because we had to turn the cameras on, so I couldn't look up nothing I wasn't sure about because with the cameras on, that means they're watching you as you take the test, right? Can't have no phones or nothing around. So for the most part, because she made us read, I kind of remembered quite a bit. I made a zero. I fell asleep doing a lab, and so it was worth 250 points. It brought my average of an A plus down to a 89, and so I reached out to my teacher to let him know that I was doing the test last night, the lab, and fell asleep. And when I woke up, it had disappeared because it disappears after 11:59, right? So I asked him if I could do the lab and to bring my grade back up to an A. But I took my final for him, my lecture final for him, and then the final is tomorrow. So on my lecture final, I took it early this morning. I thought I made 100. I think it's something going on with his grading system because I made a 94. I can't understand where I missed. I don't know how I made a 94. I was supposed to make 100. And with my other class, I already finished that, my English African American Lit. I'm pretty sure I made 100 in there. So I've been busting my butt. I wanted to make Dean's List. Um, I really wanted to make the Dean's List, which is all A's. But I thought about for summer one, for the biology class I took for summer one, I made a B. So I don't know if it's possible to make a Dean's List. I can make honor roll. Okay. I wonder, can you make honor roll in college? I mean, because I'm pretty sure I'm sure I'm if I that if my diversity biology teacher allowed me to um make up my lab that I fell asleep on, I would have an A plus in there. And so all my classes in except for that first biology class would be an A. Let me see, can you make honor roll in college? Y'all, I don't know. So, in order to make honor roll in college, you must maintain a GPA typically 3.5 or above, excel in your coursework, and actively manage your study habits. So, it has to be a 3.5. And I think my GPA was already a 3.2 or 3. I knocked it out the park this time. I really outdid myself for the summer. I was stressed out. I told y'all with my English, my history teacher, she gave all of that work. She is but see, she teach at like different universities, and I guess they do the online stuff now where teachers don't have to be in the classroom because that's what she does, like the Zoom. A lot of colleges are doing that, and I know that she is a professor she's a doctor, okay, a doctorate of history or whatever. She's a professor at a college in South Carolina. She's bragged about teaching at Yale and all of that. This is, child, I don't care nothing about that. This is why she gave us all of this work. And I was so stressed out. I called her. She gave us her phone number. I called her crying, and she kind of read me in a little subtle way. She was like, when she sent me my grade, which my final before this last test that I took of hers was a A minus. And so she was like, your final overall grade, because I was gonna, when I thought about dropping the class, I was it was already too late. I was like, I would either have to, y'all know I get a grant, so I would have to pay for it, and then it was still, my GPA would still be low, and so I had to thug it out, and I cried and everything because I was like, I've never had a T. Why would you give us this much work? I sent her a long email, child. Y'all know how emotional I am. I sent her this long email talking about, I was enjoying getting my degree, and since I've been in her class, she has taken the morale down, and she didn't have to give all of this work for the summer. It's not a full semester, and this and that. And she was just as nice. And when she called me out, I got to crying. I was, and so she sent me a message. She was like, I wanted to send you a worksheet of all of the grades that you made. She says, I was kind of shocked. I've never had a student to reach out to me and tell me that I've taken the morale down of them being in school and continuing their education. And she was like, but hey, this is how college is. And she said, and then, to get on the phone and you were crying. I've never had that happen before in 30 something years that I've been teaching college. And she says, and then when you said you was an older student, it just took me into shock. I guess she was saying I was too old to be crying and call myself setting her out and all that. She said, but I think you'd be glad to know that your final grade is an A minus. And depending on how you do on your final test, it could go up to an A plus. So I think I did good, and I think my grade is going to be a plus. But she was just as nice about semester. I'll take 3 classes because I'll be doing an internship, and of course, and uh, legal writing and torts, and that's gonna be it. That's going to be it. And I thought about waiting and just taking torts instead of doing, since I worked so hard this summer, just in the spring. But I could just, I could just not have to take any classes in spring and just wait to walk. Okay, so that's what's been going on. I think I told you all that I was going hard as it relates to finishing out my degree. It's been a long time coming, child. I started college like almost 30 years ago, and I'm just finishing. And so my mama is hilarious. My mother was like, you know what? Um, she said, how much longer you got now? She said, I remember when you started college. I didn't even have no kids. And then as soon as I took a year off after I graduated from high school, started college. The year I started college, I got pregnant with my daughter. So she said, I remember when you started college, child. She said, I'm gonna be front and center cheering. Okay, because it's been a long time, and she said, I'm glad I'm still alive to see it. I wish my grandmother could see it. I wish my dad could too, because my dad used to always say, what happened to all that money that I gave you to do this? I remember my dad paid for me a real estate class, and I actually took the class and went and took the test and failed the second part by a few points. Never went back and took it, but I still got the hours. I can go take the test again, but I just haven't. And he said, what happened to all that money I gave you to take that real estate class? Do you have a real estate license or something? I was like, no. He was like, "Oh, okay. I just be wondering." My dad used to say, "I just be wondering about all that money I was giving you because you wanted to try everything. I don't know if you ever produced nothing." So that's what's been going on, you guys. Yeah. So that's why I haven't been on a few days. I am going to be back on. I don't think I got. I think the next exams I have um I- for my biology, I think the last exam is tomorrow night because I got up early this morning and did the lecture exam, and now the questions exam is tomorrow. I am finished with history. Praise God, the lady is out of my life in hairs. I'm done with the African American lit. Um, and I could just prepare to go on my trip because I told y'all I'm gonna be up in the air constantly. You know, it's still birthday month, so I'll be up in the air, and then next month I'll be up in the air. So I'll be catching flights, I guess, and feelings. I don't know, but they say you don't. I don't catch feelings. I catch flights. So I'll be up in the air for a couple months, and but I'll be back on here tonight. So I want to let you all know that I know my hours are way down. When I don't get on here, my hours go way down, but I didn't want to be distracted. And I was so disappointed because I didn't get on here last night because I wanted to finish up my labs and I fell asleep on the most important one that was 250 points. And he gave me a 0 and it took my grade down to an 89. And I was a dog in that class. So nothing but hundreds. But I was really disappointed. I'm in a 92 or 94 on the exam this morning. But I did send him a message, email asking him if I could it's a lot of points to you know I didn't work this hard just to get a B, especially when I'm supposed to have an A. So, anyways, you guys, I've been seeing what's been going on in the media. I've been seeing Finesse 2 times and some stuff about Dolph, and of course, I saw Gotti. I guess paid Jeezy to come up on stage with him, and because we know nobody is looking for him. Nobody, he's known for the person that paid for the hit on Dolph. So we understand how it works. They pay for to be advertised, and Jeezy, I'm sure his people are maximizing that to the extent. Jeezy ain't to go ask no Gotti to come up there. Hell, Gotti them pay him to come and get before their audience because we know he'll never have a residency. And but shout out to Jesus because I like Jesus. Shout out to what's the guy name from Memphis, the producer that did Gotti's beat What Up Memphis. I don't know why I cannot think of his name. But he did a lot. He did a lot of Jeezy beats. He made Jeezy who he is, and I just don't appreciate them not giving him his props. What's our guy name from Memphis? I can't. My brain is so I'm still my brain hadn't turned back over to the vlogging world yet. It's still I think in getting A's on test mode. So I can't think of his name, but he's a producer from out of Memphis. He also with Jessica, Beauty and the Beats. Shout out to Jessica. Jessica, y'all know Jessica Dime Piece, right? Shout out to her. She's one of the she was on Love and Hip Hop. She's married to Sean Williams. He was an ex basketball star. I was sitting at home. I had not, and it's funny how it works because I had not heard from Jessica. Jessica be checking on Auntie a lot. We exchanged phone numbers. She checked on Auntie a lot. And she was like, I was sitting here cooking Miss T. And I was like, I ain't heard from Miss T. I got a text from her and I saw her name pop up. I was like, I just thought about Jessica. And folks be thinking I just be saying that. I had just thought about Jessica like the day before. I was like, dog, Jessica Dime Piece ain't been in the chat and all that, but she said she be in the bushes a lot. And she said, I was sitting here cooking, and I was like, let me go on here and reach out to Miss T. Shout out to Jessica Dime Piece. She's a Memphian. She went to she's living in Atlanta now. She was on Love and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, doing her thing, a Memphis girl. She's a rapper. She's beautiful. She's down to earth. She's doing a lot of the Memphis community, and me and her are gonna be doing some stuff as it relates to giving back to the community. We had made an agreement on that. She's getting ready to do some things with young Dolph people on giving back to the community, and I tell her I want to be involved in what she does because she has an organization too. So whatever she's getting ready to do with young Dolph people, we gotta support on here. We're gonna support her in everything she do. She's one of the ones that truly has always given back, and her and her husband, Sean Williams, who's from Memphis too, basketball star and NBA star actually, um, and even the paper route people, paper route guys. So I'm glad that she is. Young Dolph helped her quite a bit, and she has not forgotten. Jessica's bold and brave, and so she's one of those ones. She don't need them anyways. Okay, she ain't got to kiss no ass because Jessica gets money and her husband got plenty. Okay, so they can kiss hers. As a matter of fact, okay, so she ain't one of those ones that's scared to profess her what's the word, her affections for young Dolph and give his props to him and all of that and speak about how he's helped her. So shout out to Jessica. I appreciate her reaching out to me. If she had not reached, I was gonna reach out to her because she had been on my mind heavy. I guess that's why God had her to text me. And she said, I was like, let me go on here, reach on out to Miss T. She was like, I sitting here cooking. And I was like, I got to reach out to Miss T and see how she's doing. So shout out to her. She's just real down to earth and beautiful and all those good things. She held it down on Love and Hip Hop. I knew once Jocelyn Hernandez wasn't gonna be able to put her hands on her and get away with it. She's gonna whoop her ass like she did. Okay. So anyways, you guys, so that's what it is. I've been interested in that Dirk stuff. I see he got another indictment. His friend just took the guy that was closest to him just took a deal yesterday or something like that. I want to really talk some more about the Howard Barnett stuff, but I'm gonna see if I can speak about it because I don't want to. I don't. I'm gonna see if I could talk about it more, and but I'm sure in the coming months we're gonna be talking about it more. But I'm gonna see if I could talk about it more, and then who else is some? Oh, Finesse two times been in the media. Finesse two times has overshadowed. Moneybag put out an album. Finesse two times has overshadowed his album. Okay, because the folks talking about Finesse two times, it's Finesse two times that Finesse put out a beat that's put out an album, a song that's so hot it don't make no sense. But Moneybag is talented, but I've always said, in my opinion, and I think it's a lot of other people's opinion, that Moneybag he's more talented than Moneybag. And who else? Brorilla is back. She's arguing and stuff with the mama. We might talk about that tonight because I don't like for people to be disrespectful and saying things about their parents. Okay, I just don't agree with stuff like that. But we're gonna be in the house tonight. I got time tonight, so I'm back outside, child. I'm out the lab and back outside. Unless he open that lab back up, I'm gonna go on here. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm already told God to touch his heart. I'm gonna come straight in for work. Hopefully that lab be open. Go ahead, do that lab right quick, and then we'll be in the YouTube streets, as they say. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I just wanted to give you all an update. I love you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you later.